Good morning, everyone, from Vaughan, Ontario, Canada, and Canada's Wonderland.
I'm so excited. If you guys don't know, this is the last Legacy Cedar Fair park that I needed to visit. And honestly, from what I've heard, it's one of the best. So I guess I saved one of the best for last.
Canada's Wonderland is great. I have not been here in 6 years. The last time I was here, Yukon Striker was the big new addition, and now we have arguably an even bigger addition with Alpenfury, yet another roller coaster that is integrated into Wonder Mountain back there. You can see just how magnificent this space is. What a centerpiece, and just an amazing welcome and introduction to this park.
To say that I'm overwhelmed would be an understatement. Just from driving up and looking, I'm like, oh my god. I knew there's a lot of roller coasters, but now I'm like faced with it directly, and I'm like, how do I like tackle all of this? And you know how we're gonna do it?
Fast lane. This park gets disgustingly crowded. I remember that from my last visit. At one point, I remember, because I did 2 days there last time, thinking, okay, yeah, we'll try and knock out as much as we can, and then it just got so busy, I'm like, I'm just leaving. We went to Darien Lake. So we are coming in prepared today. We have got our fast lane.
Fast lane plus.
Yeah, and what we're doing for this video is we're actually gonna include clips from 2 different days, because there's so much to cover in one park that we're not gonna be able to do everything in one day. So the clips that you're gonna be seeing are covering 2 different weekdays here at Canada's Wonderland. So as you're watching everything and seeing the lines, keep in mind, we are here on weekdays. Now, if you haven't seen it already, we already have a full vlog out featuring Alpenfury, because that's such a big ride. So we show you our experience with going to ride it first thing in the morning, and we'll show you our first night ride, all that good stuff. But there's so much to cover at Canada's Wonderland that is what this video is going to focus on, all those other big roller coasters. And I think one of the first things that we really have to acknowledge is just how massive their version of International Street is. It's so wide, and I love all the Canadian flags everywhere. Literally, the big leaf is your centerpiece.
Yeah, the mountain backdrop with the bridge over it, like this is easily my favorite vantage point. Like the ones at Kings Island and KD are like amazing, but this is
Here we go. Leviathan is first up for the day, the park's biggest roller coaster. It's a 300-footer.
Yeah, so this is actually the last giga I need in the entire world.
That is crazy. Good for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And that's including the ones like Red Force.
And funny enough, I would say this is actually my least ridden giga. Here's a little fun fact. So I visited this park in June 2019, and I visited Japan for my first time in July 2019. And then we went back last year. So I've been to Nagashima Spyland to ride Steel Dragon twice in the time since I last rode Leviathan. So the perks of Fastlane is that we only have a stairway wait for Leviathan versus all the lower queue.
Yeah, this was a good purchase. I honestly feel like this park, especially, well, I guess probably any day. I've never heard anyone say they came here and it was dead. But I feel like this park is like kind of unmanageable if you don't have fast.
There's so many rides and it's still not enough.
I think this is the one park where if it was my home park, I would buy the all-season fast lane, no question.
Yeah.
Last year when I came here, this was the same way. The queue stayed full for every ride all day.
And that was pre-Alpenfury.
That was pre-Alpenfury, yeah.
Hi Kent, I'm sorry, we're getting this for 2 days. I know I said I'd do it one, but we had to do 2 because this park's so busy. I hope you forgive me.
Literally less than 5 minutes after waiting in the fast lane line, we're at the station for Leviathan.
Yay!
Fantastic.
That's ideal. Fantastic. Let's keep it up.
That's the day we want to have.
Now we just need Alpenfury to do the same. Of course, they have tons of Leviathan merchandise. Not sure it's very out there. Lots of hats, comic book style Leviathan, hoodies, good stuff.
I already bought this. So I bought this because I assumed it would be my favorite in the park.
Well, was it?
Yes. But this would be number 2. So I'm like, Do I need the same sweatshirt in a different color with a different ride name? The answer is maybe. We'll get back to that.
Is it shirt worthy?
That kicked butt. I was expecting more on the tier of like Orion, which I don't dislike Orion, okay? To me, Orion doesn't have like the same pizzazz as some of the other Giga coasters, right? This does. This more airs on the side of like Fury to me. Like if we're on a spectrum of B&M Gigas like Orion to Fury, it's like leaning that way.
Which is interesting because this came before both of those.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think my favorite moment, funny enough, was the low to the ground speed hill that like kind of banks a little bit. I thought that was awesome. Even on Orion, the speed hill is my favorite part of that ride too, so. You could get a little baby Leviathan.
You could get a look at the Leviathan. Hold on. Wait, I have a question for you.
I have a question for you. Wait, ready?
1, 2, 3. Is this the best?
Or Leviathan?
Oh, I was gonna say, is this the best Leviathan? But that's the same thing. Leviathan or Leviathan. We just phrased it different. I am gonna say Australia.
I would too, but I've heard that it's gotten like really rough.
We rode other Leviathan when it was brand new,
Yeah.
and so if we're comparing current Leviathan to the Leviathan that we experienced in Australia, I
think I would give the Australia one the edge. I think I would.
So, I don't know, tough to say.
But this one has cute little babies.
This is an Enterprise, and it has a full queue. I just can't believe how busy it is today. And just in general, it's insane. Whoa, this was not here last time I visited. This is the Lazy Bear Lodge. I remember this was just a big open field and now it's a huge eating establishment. Honestly, great fit for this park, clearly much needed if this is the line for it. Wow, yeah, I definitely hope to try that later. Sledgehammer is the only one of its kind in the world and it is currently not open. It is notoriously unreliable. Hopefully it opens later today, but we'll see. It'd be great to get back on this thing.
So this right here is about to be my last hyper coaster in North America. So it's
Pretty
still
good.
solid. I'll take it.
Yeah, and Behemoth is a good one. So this is one of the staggered seating B&M hypercoasters in the style of Shambhala or Intimidator, now Thunder
I
Striker.
don't hate
or
it when it's like
Carowinds.
that. I really don't hate it. I think it's fine.
Very floaty. The layouts aren't too different, so you'll see. I'm curious in hearing which ones you
What,
prefer.
compared to Diamondback, you're saying it's not that different?
I would say it's more similar to like an Intimidator situation.
I like Intimidator. I think people hate on that ride too much. Or Thunder Striker, sorry.
Never gonna stop showing the wait times, just to show you how ridiculous this is. 90 minutes for Behemoth, standby 15 for Fastlane. Hashtag worth it. Literally 5 minutes. Skipping a 90, 5 minutes. So good.
I'm hoping that the Fast Lane Plus rides, though, are about the same as the normal Fast Lanes. Because remember, this Leviathan, they're all Fast Lane Plus.
Oh, I forgot about that. Good point. Behemoth, pretty good, pretty good.
That is Canadian Nitro. He's talking about like what's most similar because of the seating, and I'm like, layout-wise, that reminded me so much of Nitro, like the downward helix. Every part of that ride, I was like, this is Canadian Nitro. Like, I love this. So
I'm
naturally, I
happy
liked it.
for you.
That's my favorite B&M Hyper with the long trains.
Okay, All right.
But to be fair, I don't like those very much, so.
Oh, all right. Jacob?
That was good. It was fun. Decent.
Short and sweet.
I mean, this one with the long trains is pretty good, but like I don't like Intimidator and Diamondback.
He looks
So
good.
the bar
If
was
they
not set
turn the
very high.
trimming down on that, that could probably be the best hyper.
This is the one hyper that like when you go through the hammerhead turn in the back row, you can really feel it pulling.
Also a nitro moment.
And this is the only B&M hyper with the stagger trains that I've ridden that doesn't like stop on every hill.
I really liked it. In conclusion.
I like Shambhala more.
Really? You're gonna compare this with Shambhala?
Yeah, stagger trains. Yo, look what's just down the pathway from Behemoth. Here's our koi fish. This is awesome. There's more?
There's about 30 of them.
Whoa. Wait, why are these here in this random stream?
PetSmart.
PetSmart.
PetSmart to release their fish.
This backlot is so sad they got rid of the big ad that you drop out of. Now it's just nothing. It's just gray.
They just need a giant Maple Leaf. Someone said it should be Maple City Stunt Coaster. I'm like, I like that. Why was that like the best backlot?
Yeah, okay, so first of all, like, yeah, they still don't have the effects working halfway, but instead you just slide through. And the others don't have that. Instead, King's Dominion, when you stop, you're just sitting there awkwardly, and nothing happens.
Best family coaster ever.
Oh, okay. I don't know about all
literally,
that.
like, it launched us out of the tunnel instead of slowing us down like the one at Kings Island, and like I just like, whoa, like
I know.
flew, slammed down.
He said it was the worst backlot. I'm like, no way.
Last time I was here, it was.
The
missed
helix
the
at the
special
beginning
effects.
is so good.
There's a trade-off, though. You either get the slower ride with the special effects or the no special effects and the more intense ride.
I'd
Where
rather
are
have
the
more
special
intense
effects?
ride.
They're not working anywhere. Go ahead.
This is the third ride I'd swap for a Kings Island ride. Swap those two backlots, swap Leviathan for Orion, swap Behemoth for Diamondback.
But would
Please.
you swap the crowds?
No.
Actually,
No,
well, I'd
definitely
rather
not.
have more crowds and better rides.
Oh.
Wow, well, just go to Cedar Point then.
Yeah.
I would just like to remind everyone who's watching this video, the backlot was the fastest launch coaster here before Alpenfury. Think about that.
Yikes.
This person right here has had it with the crowds. Welcome to Frontier Canada, home to Yukon Striker, their B&M dive coaster.
I'm really glad that we're riding this because I'm really tired of accidentally calling it Valraven. I am hoping now that I ride it, I will actually call it by its proper name. I'm like, hey guys, I'm over by Valraven. Nope, that's not right.
So Yukon Striker here has a locker policy, and they actually accept tap to pay here, which you don't get with the other locker systems at the Cedar Fair parks. They also do not have the movable locker system, so unfortunately you have to pay for one every single time, which I personally do not like.
If my calculations are correct, which there's a good chance they're not, this is I'm always missing something, but I think this is the last dive coaster I need to ride in North America. Not the world. I know there's like a ton of them out there, but
A lot in China.
a lot in China. I'll get there. But I think in North America, this was the last one I needed. So many milestones today. I love this.
Okay, Yukon, I see you. That was pretty intense.
That was actually really, really good. I think I've said this one twice, that dive coasters are typically not my favorite. That being said, I'm not even going to call it the first half because the second half is literally nothing.
Dude, the second half is so bad.
It's
Everything
like,
after the
it's
mid-course.
Like a little, yeah, it's like a
Nothing to
10
it,
10
yeah.
Foot, like a little, and then it's very slow. But the first 2/3 is powerful. I was losing all the vision, and if you don't like that, you should drink more water than I have been today. I can already tell that that's a problem. But yeah, no, like, it's got some really nice maneuvers to it, and it's really like, it's intense, right, Tanner Tugger?
Yeah, I do.
So
It's
intense.
good. I like the vertical loop and then the implement right after. You
Yes,
do a
I
lot of
agree. That
things.
was the most forceful
Yeah.
part. That's where all the vision goes fuzzy.
That's when Tanner's like, okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of Tennessee Tornado in that part. Kind of same,
Oh.
same two elements.
Yeah,
Pretty
you know,
forceful.
that's actually a pretty good comparison.
Shout out to the ops team here, by the way. They are doing a really good job.
Yeah, honestly, operations across the board have been very good so far today. Like,
Thank
they've
God.
run multiple trains on everything. They're moving. There's some, like, backlot earlier. Yo, they
That
are
was very
so
quick.
fast. It was
It was
crazy.
literally like every 30 seconds, like a train was launching.
Yeah.
Like, but the line was still full. It's just how crowded the park is.
Every single queue is full. All of them.
Thank goodness they have good ops. You know what's bad when they have good ops and it's still this busy.
It's still bad. Could you imagine if they ran this way? We were just at Darien Lake and everything was on one train on a weekend. Could you imagine if they tried to do that here?
Like one ride and then go home.
Take all day.
I never, ever like complain like to anyone, but I think I would be like, hey, really, guys?
Yeah. One more small critique about this ride. They gotta reprogram the brakes on this thing because I don't know what's.
Fun part.
Oh, of course you like it. Yeah. Here's you hit the mid course. That's like boom, and then you like dead stop, and then you start moving forward. And there's like, and then you hit the final brakes. And it's one more. Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't feel right.
Triple stacks at the end because I did it last time I was here. It's literally like. It's so
I
fun.
want to stack.
Yeah.
So this ride was not here during my last visit. Tundra Twister. I've never done anything like this before.
Me neither.
It's weird.
You did it?
Weird. I did it. Yeah. It's weird.
The maintenance on that's incredible because if you look at that, you got a door on the side of the arm. So I bet they have to crawl up through that whole arm to work on.
Oh, that's
Probably.
crazy.
That sounds like a nightmare.
They added a little piece of theming here that looks like a door to a mine shaft. That's cool. So here's a little fun fact for everyone in case you're unfamiliar. Right here where we're standing used to be a Togo stand-up coaster called Skyrider. It has since been relocated to Italy where it still operates as freestyle, but until last year, it was the only roller coaster Canada's Wonderland removed, and it was so they could make way for Yukon Striker. Of course, now Time Warp is gone, but yeah, it's just crazy. This park has so many roller coasters, they've only ever removed 2.
It's crazy to me that even with as many as they have, I still think they need more.
I agree.
They have so many friggin' people here. I'm like, you need more. And I think it partially
For capacity.
Because, yeah, exactly. Yeah, because the lines are crazy. And in theory, I guess people would spread out more, or more people would just show up. I don't know which. But like, I think the problem is there's a handful of rides here that like I think for the most part people kind of are like not as drawn to. You know, like they have a boomerang, they have an SLC, they have an old Aero Looper. Like
People still wait for them.
people still wait for them, but I feel like once you're in the know, like because they get a lot of repeat visitors, right? Like
Yes,
they're gonna be
lots
like,
of
yeah, I'll
pass
skip
holders.
that. Exactly. So more stuff like this, like Alpenfury, like Behemoth, yada yada. Yeah.
All the B&Ms make sense when you realize how many people they have because they need people eaters.
As fast as you can, everyone. Keep on spinning, keep on spinning.
Okay, and welcome back to the Lazy Bear Lodge. We did a full loop around the park. Now we're gonna go eat at this brand new location.
Adorable.
Oh my gosh. Wow. This is huge. You weren't kidding.
It's very high capacity.
Yeah, they need it. They really do need it. This is beautiful. Look at this. Tribute to Canada. Looks like Banff National Park. Okay, take a look at this. We got ribs, brisket, there's a roll, lime corn, potatoes over there.
Dude, the star of the show, I think I've tried everything now. The brisket is really good.
Yeah.
Like, genuine. You made some noises over there after you took your first bite.
Not very good.
Check out my new friend. He's eating pizza. He found it in the trash.
Do you know what that is?
I think, is he, I don't know. He's adorable. There he is again. Eating his pizza. He's so freaking cute. Oh, bye. Unfortunately, we have ran into a little bit of rain. That is not going to stop us from credit hunting a little bit. Well, for me, I'm credit hunting. You've already done this.
Yeah, I remember not particularly liking it, and they haven't really done anything with it since then. This would be an amazing RMC, and I think I'm still going to think that after rewriting it.
Well, unfortunately, I don't see that happening anytime soon, so I'm going to try to just enjoy Wild Beast, not Wildebeest. I've been calling it the wrong name. That's in Hollywood. We'll see how it is.
That was genuinely awful. What the crap can is Wonderland? Why?
Ooh, I felt really bad for you being in a wheel seat, because in a non-wheel seat I was like, oh, like this.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I looked back at you and you were like,
Oh no, that was horrible. I cannot believe that that ride is operating in the current state that it is. There is no reason it should run that rough. It is one of the worst experiences I've ever had on a wooden coaster.
dang, that's big coming from you.
It was so unbearably rough and janky in all the wrong places. The layout didn't do anything
Tanner
interesting.
like it?
I don't even think Tanner likes this ride.
All right, there you go. There's the proof, kids.
And here's something interesting. That is almost an identical layout to Grizzly. Grizzly is incredible, and yet that ride is nowhere near the level that Grizzly could be. And so it shows the potential that you have.
When you retrack.
When you retrack it, yeah.
Or RMC it or something.
Yeah. Honestly, at this point, anything would help. Titan track, pre-cut track. I mean, I know Mindbuster just got some pre-cut track from Gravity Group. I hear that that's really pretty good now, or at least a lot better. And if they could fix up Grizzly and make that amazing, then maybe they could do the same for Wild Beast.
I'm not gonna lie though, like I heard the girls that were ahead of me, they were all like, that was really fun. And I was like, did we just ride the same ride?
I rode with a complete stranger, and he was like, yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
I don't know, man. Yeah, no, that was not good though. I'm glad like that I did it so I can tell people not to do it.
So I know we said we wouldn't really be talking about Alpenfury in this video, but with it being the new for 2025 coaster, I feel like we have to say something. And the reality is that since that last vlog you watched, we've actually been able to get several more rides on the coaster.
Oh, yeah.
That was lap number like 5 or 6.
Yeah,
It's
well,
so good.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like every time I've ridden the ride now, I've found like a new spot that does something that my brain doesn't expect it to do. Because this is a very, very inversion heavy ride. But don't let that fool you. You are gonna get so much airtime in places that don't make any sense. And it is awesome. I love this thing, I really do.
It's one of the best roller coasters I've ever ridden. I'm almost at 700.
That's a high praise.
I'm at like 693 or something like that.
I got to ride in the front that lap. Man, I still think I like the back more, but the front hits so well. Like the way you just like fly through these inverts. You are whipping side to side. You're getting laterals all over the place. And this is a 2-across vehicle. Those trains are so small. It's like, I can't believe it has the dynamic like forces to it that you're just like whipping around like you would on like a 4-across train.
The forces that you feel going from the second launch, the pull up into the top hat is so intense. It like feels like it is riding a line of like too much, which I love. I love that they push the boundaries. So they're like, let's get close to too much, but not quite beat it out. I feel like a lot of people, a lot of companies, a lot of parks have been playing a lot more safe. They're like, no, we're gonna get like that close to snapping you in half.
We're gonna get like the most intense ride we can possibly get. Like that's what this ride is.
Yeah.
Also, there's not a bad seat. I rode dead middle and it was just as good. It was amazing. It was so good. It was awesome.
I would also like to shout out something that I found very interesting with this ride from a technical perspective, and that is that the storage track for this coaster is actually in the mountain. So when they have to launch people on the first launch, park it, and then slide it off like Stardust Racers, and then in the morning, in order to get the trains out, they have to swing launch it. So goes backwards and then forwards through the inversion. So actually, at one point, the ride went down earlier. There was a train stopped in the mountain, and then we watched them launch it backwards, like shoots out of the tunnel, and then goes back through. And I thought that was very cool.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm like really jealous because it looks really cool in there, and it goes by so fast I can't actually look at it. That's a hell no for me.
What? You don't want to also show? We're back by Behemoth because look what opened, Sledgehammer. One-of-a-kind flat ride. You ready to experience this?
You know what? I'm only gonna ride it if Tanner's gonna ride with me because like he has not shut up about this for several days now.
And you know where Tanner is? He rode it!
He did it!
Yay!
So confident. It wasn't that great.
I did it. Dude, this ride is like hanging on for dear life.
I mean, it's all right.
But you're gonna go again.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny how this ride finally reopened right as it's like raining the hardest it has all day. Like the one time that it's like, oh yeah, maybe you shouldn't open a ride, but here we are. Jeez. Why does it do that?
I'm not watching because if I watch it, I'm gonna walk away and not ride. So I'm just using this to block.
So you don't even know what it does?
Nope.
You have no idea where they are. There they are. Sledgehammer! It's so weird.
Yes.
Right.
It works sometimes.
It was open. We rode it. We did. We conquered.
It's so good.
Sometimes it's a water ride too.
I'm so
good. What did you think?
that was not as bad as I was thinking, but I'm glad that I didn't watch it. I feel like you were glad I didn't watch it because you were really enjoying watching me. I didn't know it was gonna drop like that.
Yeah, we're like there, and he's like ready, and then we all just go, and she's like, oh! And then you go,
know.
The best part about Sledgehammer is it's so fun and anyone can do it. It's not too intense for anyone.
no.
You know, maybe the real Sledgehammer is the friends we made along the way.
We don't have friends.
No!
I don't like any of y'all. We're friends.
Wonder Mountain's Guardian is up next, and unfortunately this is not included on our fast lane. And the line does extend all the way outside the mountain, but luckily there's not much of a queue inside the mountain.
I was gonna say, I don't care if we have to wait. I need to do this ride. I've had it spoiled a bit for me, but I don't really care because
Do you know
it sounds
anything
awesome.
about this ride?
Yes, I know the thing.
Okay.
The thing is like by far the best thing about it.
You literally, like, you see it from the queue line, though, so it's not like you're, if you would have saw it and be like, oh, it has a thing.
A thing.
Yeah.
I had no idea that they added this bin system to this ride, but we're finally entering. We're gonna have to put you guys away 1 hour and 15 minutes later.
Toodaloo!
Jeez, that was a long wait.
But I could have been
Let me just say, I don't think that was worth it.
So it was worth it in the sense that I wanted to ride it. Like, it wasn't like I need to get the credit. It was like, it's a roller coaster in a mountain. I gotta see what all the hubbub is about. There was no hubbub. That was all mentally manufactured by me. I don't know if anyone ever told me this was a great ride, but in my head I was like, oh, this is gonna be like Primordial, and it was.
No, oh no, this ride's bad.
It's in really bad shape.
They
could be better,
They
but
let
it's-
it go. I feel like it didn't used to be that bad.
I mean, it's
Well,
running
the
at
drop-
half capacity.
The one special part, this drop track, is really good.
Okay, that part's awesome.
That
Yeah,
part's
it's a
awesome.
big drop. That part's great.
Yeah, actually,
but
I
the
think I
rest of the
screamed.
ride is horrible. That is like the
like-
cheapest dark ride I think I've ever done in my life.
It's so
just-
quiet.
It's just music and screens. There's no sound effects or anything happening on the
first
screen.
scene is like
It's
a
just
jungle,
music.
and it's like I'm in a mountain. Why am I in a jungle?
But the
Like,
worst part of it
the
all
bugs.
is the fact that you have terrible capacity to begin with. Half the trains are locked out, and the guns don't work very well at all to begin with.
And some of the screen quality is really bad. Like, you know, on one side you might have a screen not working,
And, like,
some you might be blurry, some might be crisp. You don't know. It's not gonna drop.
Literally, like, see every screen too. Like, it's so obvious that you're just staring at screens.
Yeah.
And then you go into the drop track.
And it's
you're like,
quiet.
They
I
didn't
can't
try.
emphasize that enough. It is quiet
It's
in
like
there.
awkward. I was like,
And it's short.
We
It's,
were
it's
just
quick.
at Epic
you know?
Universe like a week ago riding Battle at the Ministry.
I
and-
really wouldn't compare them.
No.
I feel like
those
Primordial is more fair.
But I mean, I think the whole gimmick of this ride was saying it's a roller coaster and a dark ride. But that roller coaster section doesn't make up for anything. You get 5 seconds down a small little
It's not
drop.
a good roller coaster. It's
No.
not a good dark ride. So it's like,
It's
but
a
it's
drop
in a
track.
mountain.
It's a drop track ride.
They need to do some major improvement to that if they're gonna keep
Or
it.
just make it good.
And here it is, the biggest loss of the 2025 season. Forget King Naka, forget Anaconda. It's Time Warp.
You know, I actually haven't touched this area of the park yet because I saw a flight deck and just said nah. So now realizing that we would have had an SLC and a Volare right next to each other, this is like the no zone for Sarah.
Oh,
Like,
it
not
was
happening.
awful. I know myself and a lot of others were saying that, like, look, they should rip out Flight Deck and Time Warp, and then you have all this room, plus there's, I think, a theater or a stage back there. Would you believe they just left this thing standing, just a pathetic little fence up to say, hey, yeah, no going in through here. You can still see some of the theming that was up.
That was thinking for Time Warp?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, very Tomb Raider, right? The Volare may not have been that big, but with the Kingswood Theater right over here, you could come up with some room, and Canada's one that needs capacity. They
Yes.
need big rides, so whatever they put in has to just eat people, right? And the Volare did not do that, and no one liked it anyways.
Well, and I also feel like Alpenfury doesn't enough right now, and I don't know that will change, but it's also just massively popular. But I feel like they just kind of set a bar, right? Like they can't go back now because they have a lot of things here that are kind of fluff filler, but they're just like, we just opened like our top dog, so like they kind of need to like keep one-upping themselves, otherwise they're gonna maybe let people down. So I was trying to run through like what they don't have here, and they have a lot. Originally it was like more launch coasters, but they do technically have Backlot and Snoopy, which will launch, and now they have Alpenfury obviously, so they don't have anything that spins. And if you don't know this already, you must be new here. I really, really, really like the Mach Extreme Spinner model. I know I say that like everywhere should have one. Like if I was the president, everyone would have a Mach Extreme Spinner. But I genuinely think that's a good fit here. There's nothing else like that anywhere
I
nearby.
agree. And I think they could, in theory, make that work. They were 6 years between huge investments with Alpenfury and Yukon Striker. So we'll see if it takes them that long to do something big again.
Yeah.
Hopefully
but
not.
You don't want to do something that has a lot of inversions that feels too similar to Alpenfury. And like, they already have two huge coasters that don't have any inversions with Leviathan and Behemoth. So it's like, how do we do something different when we already have so much? And I feel like a spinning model would be awesome, but it has to be the extreme kind, otherwise I will protest.
Yeah, a few years ago I would have said a wing coaster, but I don't think they need another B&M for now. I think the three that they have are very solid, so
Yes.
I would go with another manufacturer.
Concur.
Dinner time over at Coasters. They have the smash patties. Very plain though. They don't have lettuce or tomato offerings. But the mac and cheese is also fantastic. What?
Is that how you hold it?
Yes.
The time has come. We have an aero suspended coaster here called Vortex. We're big fans of the bat here at Kings Island, and from what I remember, this ride was really good. You excited?
Yeah, wait, is this the last aero suspended coaster that I need to ride?
Yes, because you've done Vampire at Chessington. Stop with your completion.
So many completions!
Never did Eagle's Fortress. Now there are some weird suspended coasters that are like kind of aero-like that you haven't done. Like
No,
there's
that
one
doesn't
that
count.
at Greenland in Japan that's technically not aero, but it kind of feels aero.
No, it has to be aero.
No, arrow, yes, this is the last one. And depending on who you ask, you might say you saved the best for last.
Ooh, well, let's find out.
Vortex, have fun.
Yep, that's the best one. Oh my god. Oh, how is that the same layout as the bat, but like is 2 times more intense than the bat? Like that's already pretty crazy. That is psychotic.
That's really
crazy.
freaking good.
That is one of the best coasters at this park, like for sure, which is crazy to say.
It might be my number 3 here. It's really good.
I mean, low key, yeah.
It's a lot better than I remember. Like, I remember thinking, oh yeah, it's just the bat. No.
Dude.
First of all, placement. It is in the center of the park. You are flying past more things, and it just feels like your sense of speed is heightened. So,
Yeah, but I think you actually are going faster.
yeah, I think it
You
is.
have to be.
I think you are. It just feels like you whip harder.
Going into
Forces.
the freaking brake run. Oh my god, you are practically fully, horizontal with the track. Like it's insane.
Such a good ride.
It's so good. That is insane. That is a gem. I don't know how people don't talk about that more often.
I
maybe-
certainly should be talking about it
Or
more
maybe
often.
they do and I just am not listening. But now you have my attention.
Thunder Run is up next. This is the powered coaster that we still have yet to do.
I'm trying so hard, but the line's been screwed so much. And this one doesn't do fast lane, just like Wonder Mountain. So it's like Wonder Mountain, this, and a couple others always have really long lines.
Right, it was an hour earlier because we saw people like through this queue here, and now it is completely empty. No. Thunder Run is not a bad little ride. Goes around twice.
Not
pretty
a
good.
bad little ride.
It's not. It's pretty
It
fun.
is an awesome little ride. I loved that. I mean, how many times have I said it? I love coasters that go indoors in the dark. I'm going to reiterate it. I love roller coasters that go inside in the dark. That is awesome. I love all the lights. I love the dragon. I love the
Strobe effects. The dragon's kind of hard to see, though. I feel like the positioning was not that well thought out. Just saying.
Whatever, it's fine.
Whatever.
If you just like do that, you just.
Yeah.
But I loved that. That was so good.
It is
You're
very
number
fun.
1 in the park.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Mighty Canadian Mindbuster. What the heck?
They really had me in the first half there. I was like, those first 2 hours, I'm like, oh my god, granted that was the gravity group track. But I'm like, all right, this is good. And then it was like, I'm like, oh, no.
Me and Tanner like being beat up and injured by rides. That is the ride for you.
I love the entrance of the Helix.
just
It's
love
just
ladder.
like boom.
It's like it just at the end it just goes in banks and it holds you there and then it goes. You just get thrown so hard on the
See,
laterals.
I rode it last season before the retrack, and I missed the jankiness.
Jake-
But the
shut
reprofiling and everything was good though, because there wasn't any airtime before, but there is now.
Look, that was so janky. Jacob started in the left seat and ended in the right seat.
That was all the way in the right seat. Yeah.
First half was all retrack with pre-cut track from the gravity group. As soon as you start to turn for the drop, you can see the vertically stacked track. And those first several hills, great airtime. Sarah and I were in the front, you guys were in the back. And thoroughly enjoyed it. And then you hit the turnaround, and then it's like a few hills of like.
hold on to your
round.
butt.
Now I feel like it's perfect because like it's still like it's the smoothness of the first half, but then it still has the jankiness of the old.
I'm
Perfect
fine
is
with
a
them doing
choice
the whole
word.
thing. They can retract the whole thing. That's
No,
fine.
no.
Yes.
No, I like the janky.
That Helix, I was not ready.
No.
Helix
Not
is
ready.
Awesome. That's the best part
It
of the ride.
was pretty fun. It was like a mini Beast Helix.
Our final ride of the day there was on Leviathan in the back row at night. A spectacular way to end things out.
Yeah, that was a great night ride. It was really, really cool. I didn't know that like the eyes on the sign were gonna light up and the eyes on the tunnel. Very, very cool touch. It's a great giga coaster. It's a great ride.
It really is. Like the first few elements that you get flow together so well.
Yeah.
Like you just maintain so much speed on that thing.
It's just like crazy to me to have a speed hill like at the very beginning of the ride. Like you're still going so fast.
You start over 300 feet in the air, and then it's like, all right, we're gonna keep you low. And then like, but you're still having a good speed, even then when you actually like rise up, and that turnaround is pretty forceful.
Yeah.
Even though it's like decently high off the ground. Yeah, that was a really, really nice way to end out our time here at Canada's Wonderland, which is a spectacular park. I thoroughly enjoyed this place.
Yeah, so I think that I had compared it at some point. I don't know if it was in the video or just in conversation here, but this was like Canada's Cedar Point. But like the more time I spend here, it's like more of like their Kings Island. To me, the vibes feel more like Kings Island. Like it's like Cedar Point is its own beast, right? Like it's its own animal. It's like super overwhelming, and like this has a little more of like a homey vibe like Kings Island does, even though it is grand. You know what I mean?
I think that's a very valid take. I mean, even down to that, they both have like a B&M Giga and Hyper Coaster.
They have a clone of each other, basically.
Yeah, a well-rounded lineup, even down to like Vortex and the Bat. And
that's what I was saying.
Yeah, exactly. Mighty Canadian Mindbuster, I guess, is their racer. So like, yeah, there's many different comparisons you can make, but I think that they like have very similar like crowd levels, and they're both very, very popular parks.
Well, this is like through the roof right now. It's about
literally. They each have like their own international street. I mean, they each used to be Paramount parks. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot in common here. But they tailored this park to the Canadian audience, because there's a lot of aspects of this place that are like, you know, different than what we get over at the Kings parks, and I like that. They have so many flat rides here.
I wish I liked flat rides more, honestly, because I feel like you'd have a ball if you're really into them.
I enjoyed doing Sledgehammer. That was a good time.
Fun. That was the only one I did though, I think.
Yeah, I feel like they should have a bigger and more prominent drop tower than the ones they currently have. They have all these crazy flat rides, and then their drop tower is like pretty standard Intamin giant drop. I don't know. That was something that stood out to me.
Like Alpenfury or
yeah, or just like a big, tall one, you know? Like, they have a giga coaster here. I feel like they could have a giga-sized drop tower.
That's true.
So, that's something that occurred to me, and they have a lot here, but they also just need more capacity. Clearly, the demand is there. Alpenfury is a great ride, but also it's 2 trains with 18 passengers at a time. The lines are long. The reason they built those B&Ms is because they are people eaters, and I think they need more people eaters.
Well, this is also like, I know that enthusiasts aren't like the main audience at these parks, but I feel like they have a huge enthusiast clientele here.
Yes.
For sure. And like Alpenfury is like the enthusiast pleaser. Like literally we're in line and we're just surrounded by people who like know their stuff, talking about roller coasters. Like, you know what I mean? Like clearly there's a like everyone's drawn there. And I think having another ride like that would be awesome. Like I think they're gonna keep investing in the future, but I know we had mentioned like a mock extreme spinner. That'd be another one that would like probably have people flocking to it because it's so different. Whereas, you know, there's multiple B&Ms in the park that have similar feelings to them. Whereas like Alpenfury is a totally different sensation, and then like doing something like Mock would be a totally different sensation. So
yeah, and clearly people like the thrills. Think about like how many rides here are actually like thrilling, and like I mean, most of the big flat rides are all considered like thrill rides, but they also have so many family attractions. Kidsville and Planet Snoopy are massive areas, and there's several family coasters, and even outside of those areas you have family coasters. So like there's just a lot to do here for younger kids, and so that's why you get a lot of families here. The thrill rides are where you get a lot of thrill seekers here.
Yeah, everybody. That's why it's so crowded.
They're appealing to the widest range of people. They got decent-sized water park. The water park enthusiasts are happy. 2 other weird things. I know. One, I think they need more bathrooms. I think that like.
I actually agree. There's always a line.
There's too few of them. Like, why is there no bathroom anywhere near Alpenfury? Like, you have to walk several minutes to get to one. That I don't know. That just doesn't make sense. That wouldn't happen at Kings Island or anything like that.
It wouldn't happen at Kings Dominion.
At Kings Dominion, well, they need something by Pantherian. The other thing, I think they need another prominent restaurant location, like Lazy Bear. I think the Lazy Bear's great. I know that
the lines get real screwed and there's nowhere inside.
Yes, and I know that the one by Flight Deck is closed for the season. I know normally it's not, but even besides that, I feel like they need another prominent indoor dining location.
2 levels, like, you know.
Yes.
Maybe something like what they have at the Boardwalk in Cedar Point, where there's like a lot of places just to sit and chill. They got a nice bar, Stuff like
Well,
that.
I think that's what Lazy Bear was intended to be, and it helps. It helps a lot.
Yeah.
But like a lot of the lines that we saw, your fast lane isn't going to work to skip these food lines, and there's stands that just have just like lines
Wouldn't that be special?
extending outside the queue. The demand is there. I think more food locations. It would really help.
More of everything. Keep it going.
Yeah, land will be their main challenge. They got to get creative.
Start
But
stacking things.
yeah, first things first. Do something about that Time Warp plot of land.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think it'll be that long until there's another big attraction here, though.
I think I agree. I think that
Especially with if they're really going to consolidate the portfolio between Six Flags and Cedar Fair,
Yeah.
and they're picking specific parks that are like,
Oh.
we're going to throw a ton of money. I think this is going to be one of them.
they said 90% of their revenue is coming from the top 16 parks in the chain. I guarantee you this is one of them. This is one of the top money makers. Yeah, for sure.
They make money off of us. We have
Oh,
annual
yeah.
passes.
They did make money off of us. We spent a lot in Fastlane.
Yes, we are funding their next coaster.
Yeah. But anyways, you guys gotta come out here to Canada's Wonderland. You gotta come out and ride their biggest, baddest roller coasters, everything that they have to offer. It's a blast.
Heck yeah.
So thank you guys so much for joining us, and make sure to stay tuned for more here at Coaster Studios. We'll see you next time.